President of Decentralized Energy Canada. She comes all the way from Calgary in Canada to Atlanta for this conference, and that's really very impressive. And we heard her remarks a few moments ago in artificial intelligence and blockchain decentralized impact in the fourth industrial revolution. That was a very impressive session. So I'd like to ask Anouk a few questions relating to her perceptions. And one of the first questions I have for you, Anouk, is what would you have learned from TEMS, and what would you have perceived about TEMS?
Mm-hmm.
TEMS is the Technology and Engineering Management Society of IEEE.
Mm-hmm. And I was not aware of TEMS before this event. I wasn't aware that IEEE had an energy and an engineering management society, and I think that's a valuable society to add to the hardcore electrical and energy engineering aspects of the society. I didn't know about the TEMSCON, and this is, I guess, your third year doing the event, and I'm very impressed with the quality of speakers and the diversity of the speakers and the tie-in with engineering and industry.
Thank you. And so that's so very inspiring, and appreciate your first connection with TEMS this year. Would you recommend TEMS to your colleagues and business associates and friends in your professional circles?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. I'd recommend it to anyone in the energy sector, since that is the sector that I'm in. I think it's a great opportunity for engineers and business professionals and industrial executives to actually cross-collaborate and some information dissemination, technology transfer. I think it's very important to have both the engineers and the non-engineers in the room discussing opportunities in this space. And of course, with so much disruption and transformation happening in the energy space with digitalization, electrification, and decentralization, I think TEMS is a very important hub for discussion on technologies, on management processes, and even I heard a lot on the ethical issues related with artificial intelligence and some of the other digitalization themes that are getting more common in the power sector. So I would absolutely recommend it to anybody who's needing a broader picture of what market intelligence is available in for electrical engineers and energy engineers, and for the industry that needs to be tying closely together with those engineers as well and work together. I would, yes, definitely recommend it.
Well, that's a very interesting direction you have suggested, and I can see that your suggestion is taking forward to pull down the barriers between different disciplines and how we can build bridges. I think that's a very important aspect of TEMS, mm-hmm. and we are certainly interested in pursuing that aspect. So what would you like to know more from TEMS, and in a futuristic perspective, what are your expectations and what direction should TEMS be taking?
So I think partnerships with other industry associations and other societies outside of IEEE is critical for your future success, to cross-pollinate different networks and access to experience and skill sets. I would highly recommend having some more brokered matchmaking to allow people at the event to develop new business development opportunities with each other, instead of free-flowing networking sessions, like taking some time to figure out who's in attendance and then putting people together that could potentially work together. Maybe you have someone attending the conference that's working on a smart grid, or somebody who's working on artificial intelligence to optimize energy storage and renewables. Can you put that project developer together with some of the engineers and experts in artificial intelligence, like we had in that panel with Tufi and Stephen and Chris Hodgkiss? And if you can put those together and say that your project needs these technologies to be game changing and to compete in the global markets, and I think that would be tremendously valuable for TEMS as a matchmaker, getting the engineers and industry working together on real projects.
That's really wonderful and very thought-provoking. Thank you once again for taking the time to be with us today and coming to this event.
Thank you for having me.
Contributing towards it.
Thank you.
We'll see you again.
Yes, next
At
year,
TEMSCON.
Detroit.
Wow, look forward to it.